With the first two events of the B-League having been done, we see somewhat of a full sweep as Acidity takes the first two golds of the B-League, followed by Minty with 29 points. As we go on to the third and fourth events of the B Division, we see even more competition in different ways. Starting off with block pushing. Welcome back to the Tournament of Speed B Division. And we're going to be starting very soon here. And Heat 1 will definitely be starting right now. For Group 1, Rainbow, Crimson Light, Panda, and Orangey. All four of the marbles will go in all four lanes, and then whatever score they get in all four will be added up. The one with the highest will get the win. Crimson Light not starting in a very good manner. They're 9 only. And what seems to be Orangey with another great push. That is a 62. That's going to be one of the higher runs we see here, even compared to the A-League. But they follow it up with a pretty paltry run, lowest out of the four in the third push. This time it's Crimson Light with the better one. In the stark contrast of the past few pushes. And let's see here, Rainbow with a decent push there. They floor it high, but then they lose all that momentum when they hit it the second time. I'm not sure what their scores were, but I'd say it was pretty decently high for most of them. Next, I think that's Sakura, Rustic Copper, Soundwave, and Bronze Age. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it looks like Bronze Age will take that early lead with a 59 push. Pretty good compared to all the pushes we see, of course. Can they follow it up with a better one? Pretty similar. Now they're also near is Sakura, but that definitely doesn't beat their previous push. Up to the third push now, and all of them stop on very early. What happened there? And for the fourth push, quickly off the gates, we will get the better push. Bronze Age with a bit more momentum. The block was kind of more free there. I think they'll get a pretty good run there. Clear Blue, Rose Red, Magma, and Wolfer for group number 3. And we're off. For the first push, Clear Blue lags behind with only a finish above 20, 24, the rest in the 40s. 42, 46, and 43 respectively. 42nd push, however, let's see what will happen. And another one of those going at a fast pace and then stopping, hitting all those walls. Two of the marbles are tied so far with 81 both, but for the third push it will be Magma barely beating everyone, but the scores are pretty tight but not that high. However, what happens in the final push, this will decide their sum, and you really need a high sum for here. Clear Blue is able to do a decent push, but I don't think that's gonna balance it out that much. Yeah, only a 141 for them. Acidity, Minty, Jade Dweller, and Icicle for the final group. Once again, a lot of green colored marbles and such. Minty with an above 40 push? Yes, it is, 46. While Acidity and Jade Dweller lag behind in the 20s. 42nd push, however. Off the rails into the blocks. Icicle gets the lead this time with a 43. Not too bad. But for the third push, as they switch lanes once again, Minty once again with a lead above 40, I think. Yes. Actually, no, equal to 40. It looks like they did not touch their farthest edge, closest edge. was in the purple still. But look at that from Jade Dweller, being able to replicate Minty's success there. But with more lower runs, they will not replicate their success. Minty gets the silver, while Bronze Age gets a gold with a pretty good lead there. What seems to be almost 20 points. Orangey comes in third as well, and that will conclude the third event of the block pushing of the B division. And as we see, there's new indicators with Minty having a 5-point lead. That green means first place will auto-qualify. So after all these events, whoever is first will automatically qualify for the next season's A-League. And for event number 4, we see another very competitive event, which is the half-pipe race. Still the same format as it was in the A-League. Rose Red to Minty for the first heat. And we're off. Magma with that early lead, followed by, I think that's Clear Blue and Sakura. It will all shuffle up those really soon. They're near those cylinder pins. But Rose Red struggling a lot there. Now it's Rainbow in a lead with pretty sizable margin as well, while the rest of the mid-pack is very tight and close up, very neck and neck. But Sakura tries to inch away a bit more, trying to build that lead, gets a decent collision from Minty, but it doesn't really propel them that much. They're still in an even gap, back and forth those two go. For the backpack, it looks like it's also very tight, as Jade Dweller and many others also beat it. Meanwhile, Rainbow with a dominating lead will move on, followed by Sakura, Minty, and I think that was Magma who clinched the 4th spot. And it was a pretty even gap between everyone there. But as you can see, Rose Red was able to make up 3 spots after that bad start. Orangey in last, followed by Jade Dweller in 7th. Heat number 2, Rustic Copper to Bronze Age. Let's see what will happen this time. And we're off. Bronze Age, the gold medalist from last event, starts off in the back of the pack, while Acidity, the second place in this championship, falling behind after that leading pack first portion of that race. And now it's Crimson Light moving away, stretching away from the others. Panda and what seems to be, is that Icicle, is in 3rd. The rest of the mid-pack there for 4th place starting to be a bit more close and neck. Panda barely escapes from them, having a bit more traction or like speed. Meanwhile, Crimson Light and Icicle unchallenged, but Crimson Light gets hung up and Panda overtakes Icicle. But it will stay the same for the top 4. They will all advance at least, and the rest were not able to catch up. Acidity maintaining that 4th place. Pretty good work from Acidity, I must say. Rustic Copper, Bronze Age, and Wolfer really wasn't able to get near them. And Soundwave, I think they weren't even near whatsoever, even into 7th place. And that gives them a last place finish here in these standings, while Rose Red gets 9th place. Now for the finals, Crimson Light, Icicle, Rainbow, Acidity, Minty, Sakura, Panda, and Magma. Who will get the gold? As we see the 2 championship contenders leading the way. Actually, yes, they are. But Panda trying to spoil things up. Now it's getting mixed up. Acidity getting hung up in those pins. Now in the middle pack, while Minty is trying to stretch away that lead, followed by Panda and Rainbow. While Magma is also trailing slightly behind the middle pack. Acidity holding a tight 5th place, while Rainbow, with an interesting move, was able to propel themselves by going through the back and gaining more speed. Panda and Rainbow back and forth through those curves, and Minty with a straight ahead finish, getting a gold medal, while Panda and Acidity fight it off for the silver. And I think it was Panda who clinched second place. But we must see who got these other positions. Magma got 4th, and the Rainbow dropped to 5th. Sakura, Crimson Light, and Icicle in the back portion of this finals heat. It was uncontested for Minty. What a great masterclass. Very amazing coming from the B League. A 44.4 run. Definitely something not to be slept on. And Minty gets a medal. Panda, I think that's their first medal as well. Acidity, pretty sure that's their third. But let's see how it will shake up the standings. Minty does have a 5-point lead against Acidity. And I think it will increase by another 5. The podium ceremony just taking place here. And we see here Minty does indeed have a 10-point lead. Acidity, even though with 2 golds, with a paltry finish in the third event, only in second with 56 points. The bottom 5, by the way, will get relegated after the 8 events. They will be put on the C League, just so you know. And right now, it's Soundwave, Rustic Copper, Crimson Light, Orangey, and Wolfer. Meanwhile, Icicle and Clear Blue somewhat near that boundary, as we will see you in the next part.